Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry, and later on in the show today, we're going to chat with the owner, Bill. He just got back from a vacation, a once-in-a-lifetime vacation in Bora Bora, and he brought back some pearls, which you have on.
I do.
We've also got some right here, so I'm really excited to learn about how that experience went later on in the show. But first, we caught up with Zoe Schuler with Zbella Boutique earlier this week. Let's take a look. Spring is finally here and we're talking trends. Oh, it's such a great time of the year, right? When all of the new styles start to filter in and fresh colors.
As we all wear black.
Yeah, that's right. We're clearly still in a winter state of mind, but you always bring us the latest trends. What are you seeing?
So there's some really exciting trends for spring. We'll see if I can show them to you. Maybe I can. The first one that we are loving is florals and embroidery, which isn't really a surprise because winter florals were really popular, but they're very easy to transition into spring in some lighter colors, brighter colors, bolder prints, things like that.
And I feel like when you wear floral, you feel springy and you feel like it's coming.
Exactly.
So if you're in a winter state of mind, just maybe layer a floral top under a black jacket for now, and you can slowly transition your wardrobe into, you know, a very bold top that's off the shoulder or a totally floral dress. There's lots of ways to incorporate that trend into your wardrobe without going crazy.
Do you guys wear a lot of floral? I've seen you in floral.
I have floral and I like it, but I tend to wear it about this time because I'm kind of hoping for spring.
Right, exactly.
Like
Wishful thinking. If you wear it, it will come.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel too.
So you mentioned embroidery?
Yes, so embroidery is huge.
Or crochet?
Well, both, but
both.
Embroidery. So you're going to see a lot of really unique embroidered details. I'm seeing it a lot on shoulders of shirts, on the backs of shirts, and then like down the front as well. It's usually a floral embroidery as well. So it's, you know, you can kind of go either way with a print or the actual embroidery.
Oh, so cool. I love all the little details.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else are you seeing?
All right, so this one's kind of an obvious one. Every time spring comes around, pastels are hot. Everybody wants to wear them. What we're seeing is you don't have to only wear pastels in a pretty blouse or a dress. You can pull it in your daily life in a sweatshirt or in a button-up for work if you need to look a little more polished. There's just lots of ways you can bring in those softer tones this time of year.
I love that button-up shirt.
It's great.
I'm a big fan of button-ups.
It's a great one. It looks great with denim. It's just, that's more casual, but it's going to look great with a gray pant or a black pant.
I've got my pastel nails. So I'm already
We
halfway
noticed.
there.
Beautiful.
Awesome. I love the pop of color this time of year.
Yeah, it's nice.
We need it. Yeah.
Definitely.
How about any outerwear trends?
Outerwear, statement jackets. This is a great
Cute.
time. You're still going to be layering because it still can be cool, especially in the mornings and the evenings. So use that to your advantage and pick a really cool jacket. A lot of spring jackets you can wear indoors as part of your outfit too. So you can just have fun. I love this camo one we just got in the store. It's only $79. I thought the price was so great, and it's just really lightweight. So I would keep it on all day and then maybe layer a sweater under it if I need a little more warmth at night.
What are some other examples of statement jackets?
A cool jean jacket. I've been seeing some denim with embroidery on it even, so you can tie that in. A blazer, things like that that you know you can just use for layers this time of year.
Are you seeing any jean jackets in colors, like pastel colors or anything like that?
Here and there. I still think, you know, a jean jacket is kind of like a neutral thing that you can pop on over anything. So really the ones that people are looking for are just kind of classic ones.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep. And then I'm really loving crochet this time of year. It's a really fun way to show a little bit of skin without it being too much. So we've got a lot of things in the store that are going to have a crochet back. But we were talking that, you know, you'll see a cold shoulder crochet right here, or maybe the straps of your shirt or the hem of your dress. So lots of fun places you can add a little bit of detail.
And it kind of dresses it up without doing too much work, which I kind of like.
Add some interest.
It's like an
visual
easy way of looking
interest.
nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And people can always come and stop in, and you guys are really good about helping with styling tips. If maybe you already have something and you're looking to find that perfect denim jacket or something like that, you guys are really good about that.
Yes, we love to do that.
And online too.
Yep.
And you guys have a curve shop coming up?
Yeah, so we are co-owners of a plus-size consignment sale that's happening on April 14th. It's at the Courtyard Marriott in Middleton, and so it's gently used plus-size clothing, hundreds and hundreds of styles at like amazing prices. So we can't wait for that.
Zoe Schuler with Zbella Boutique, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we're Girl Talk. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today at William Thomas Jewelers. And you know, if diamonds are a girl's best friend, I gotta say pearls are probably a really close second. Bill, the owner here, just got back from Bora Bora. He brought back some fantastic pearls. We're gonna take a look later. We'll learn more about that. But next we're talking opioids, pain relief, physical therapy. We'll be meeting with Julie Lombardo from Capital Physical Therapy. Let's learn and see what she had to say. So I've read recently that up to 1/3 of Americans suffer from chronic pain. And that leads to, of course, painkillers and the chronic addiction that we keep hearing about in the news. Julie, I'm wondering, we've talked with you before about being a physical therapist and helping people with movement in their body, but I assume that involves dealing with people's pain too?
Yeah, very much so. We treat pain as physical therapists, so I like to tell people if something in your body isn't moving correctly, or if you have pain when you move it, that those are situations where a physical therapist can help you.
Awesome.
Okay, and then, you know, speaking about pain, there's been a lot of talk in the healthcare world about opioids prescribing. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you've seen throughout your career?
Yeah, this is a really hot topic right now. I've been a therapist since 1997, so a lot has changed in the last, 20 years. The prescribing alone of opioid medications just from 1999 to 2010 has increased by 51%.
Wow.
And one of the things that I had really noticed was on a global level, I took a vacation to another country, and my girlfriend broke her collarbone. And while we were there, and we went to the emergency room, and they prescribed her ibuprofen. So it wasn't until I was in another country that I really realized that our drug issue here is really an American problem.
Why do you think it's increased so much?
I think a number of reasons, but one of the reasons I think people are asking for them, and they're demanding them from their physicians.
So for people at home who they've maybe heard this word, but they don't know exactly what an opioid is, can you explain what they are and what's the problem with long-term use?
Yeah, so opioids are a drug prescribed by a physician for pain relief. So they're not intended for long-term use. They're intended for short-term use. And the problem is that when people use them for long-term use, their bodies get used to it and adapt to the amount that they've been taking in. So their body actually needs more of it to get the same effect. So then their bodies become dependent upon the drug, and that can lead to a lot of other problems, including overdose, and can lead to other addictions like heroin addictions and that sort of thing.
Wow. So opioids are sort of like a super duper ibuprofen.
I think they're a little bit more than that, but yes, they're really strong drugs meant for short-term pain relief.
Okay, so people are feeling better with them, but there's this risk of addiction, and that's got to be quite a struggle.
I think there's a lot of statistics that I think are really astounding, and I think that the general public doesn't know the statistics, so let me share a little bit of that with you. So in 2016 alone, 214 million prescriptions were given out for opioid medications.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 in 4 people struggle with addiction. In 2016, there were 64,000 deaths due to overdose, and there's 1,000 people per day that are treated in the emergency departments due to opioid misuse. So 1,000 people a day, that's a lot. And the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control, they feel that 3 out of 4 heroin addicts started with opioid medication.
Wow.
So it's really astounding.
Those numbers are staggering and concerning for sure.
Yeah.
We only have just a little bit under a minute left. What's your role as a physical therapist? How can that help?
Yeah, I think as a healthcare provider who treats pain and helps people with pain, we just need to make sure that we're getting the word out that there are other options for people, that they don't need to be seeking pain medication. And I think part of the thing that can help curb with that is both physicians and the public asking for other sorts of treatments outside of pain medication, therapy being one of them. And they need access to care.
Yeah.
They need quick access to care, because when people are in pain, they want something right now. So that's where we can help, is getting people in and getting them treated for pain in a safe, natural way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Julie Lombardo's the CEO and a physical therapist with Capital Physical Therapy. You don't need a doctor's prescription or referral.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Julie.
Thanks.
We'll
You
be
bet.
right back with more Girl Talk right after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry, and we will be catching up with Bill later on in the show. But earlier this week, we caught up with James Kateman with Draw In Customers Business Coaching. Such a fantastic guy, always some great advice. Let's take a look. Do you have an idea for a business or a startup, but you're feeling kind of overwhelmed by the amount of things you know you have to do, but you don't know how to do, but you have this great idea? We've got our business coach to the stars. That's what I like to call you. You always just have really great advice for people who are current business owners. Maybe they've been doing it for a long time and they just want to be happier.
Yeah.
Or if, you
There's
know,
that.
they're starting fresh, starting new. And you've got a kind of a checklist for us today.
I do.
And let's first just start off with, how hard is it really to start your own business?
I like to tell people that it's as hard as you want to make it. There's
That's
a
a great
ton of
point.
stuff that you have to do, but realistically with any business or any job, there's a ton of stuff you have to do as well. So it's all a matter of just organizing it, and I find that a checklist is a fantastic way to do it.
Yeah, organizes your thoughts.
Surgeons use it, pilots use it, so if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for just about anyone.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's the biggest obstacle is not knowing what needs to be done, and that's where you come
Huge.
in.
Yep.
Right, so what are some of the things that need to be done?
Well, it can be as broad or specific as you want. We start out with website, logo, create an LLC or an S corporation, business cards, all the little nuances like licenses and stuff like that that they need for their specific
Legally,
business.
things that you need
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
And you can help with all of that
We can,
with
yep.
your checklist.
Yeah, I should say I set it up so that I have vendors that can help. So we have a website person, we have graphic designers, we have printers,
I see.
we have attorneys and HR people that can help with all that stuff.
So you're pointing people in the right direction,
Correct, yep.
giving them
Yeah,
connections.
I would love to say that I could help with everything.
Yeah, I know. There's only
No.
one of you though. And we can't be an expert in everything.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it sounds kind of overwhelming just going through all the lists that you're going through right now. Is it easy to be
So
really overwhelmed?
that's funny that you say that because I've been offering this for a little while and I've had to tweak it because people look at the list and they're like, I didn't know that I had to do all that. And so we broke it down in chunks. Like we have the website chunk, we have the graphic design chunk where it's like logo, business cards, rack cards, letterhead, just basic stuff like that. And just try to put it in just little tiny chunks and they don't have to do everything all at once.
Nice.
Or it's just little by little because people kind of want to gradually start a business.
right.
Even though I want to push them and just, say, just go start.
Just like any big project. Start with
Yeah.
a
Yep.
small piece.
Yeah, just build on the success. Yep.
And so we're really focusing on a real checklist that you
You are.
have put together.
Yep.
So tell us more, I guess, about this specific business startup checklist.
Sure. So it starts out, we start out with a logo, and whether the person has a logo or they don't,
Yeah.
we can create one, or if they bring one in, fantastic. And then you start out with the basic stuff, right? You're going to need business cards.
Yeah.
Because whatever business you have, someone's going to say, oh, do you have a card? And you don't want to be like, oh, no.
Writing your name on a piece of paper or a
Yeah.
napkin.
Yep. And then we have them set up. Some of the stuff is part of the checklist that they don't even necessarily have to pay for. It's like
Sure.
we guide you to have a phone number for your business. It shouldn't be the same as your cell phone because you don't want your mom calling and your customers calling and not knowing the difference.
Hey, Mom. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We get them a real email address, so it's at their business website instead of at Gmail or Hotmail or something like that. And just build upon the professional look.
Awesome.
Did you choose or intentionally a particular order to this checklist?
Oh, that's a great question. It kind of comes down to what people have asked me about.
Yeah.
So it's more what they get overwhelmed by. And I find that websites just alone are hugely overwhelming to people. They know they need one, but
And I should add, too, that, you know, in addition to being a business coach, you run your own
I do.
business. So
I do,
this is
yep.
probably a lot coming from your personal experiences going through that
all
process.
the mistakes, all the mistakes. I
Learn
messed
from
up a
his
lot.
experience.
Yeah, I'll save you 5-10 years.
Oh man. So if somebody's watching this and they're thinking, oh man, these are things I haven't thought about yet, how do they get started with you?
So the easiest way is just give me a call
Sure.
or shoot me an email and say, hey, I'm in the process of starting, or hey, I've been going for a little while and I don't even know what I missed. And usually it's just a conversation. We meet for coffee and figure out what they need. If I can help them, great. And if I can't, no worries.
And that first initial meeting is always free.
Yeah, no cost.
Wow.
Buy a coffee.
Why not?
Yeah.
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 You can't lose.
No, that's the idea.
You really can't lose. Again, this is James Kateman. He's with Draw In Customers Business Coaching. So great to have you here.
Well, it's awesome to be here.
I like
Thank
how
you.
straightforward you are. You know, it's people are really going to get good advice. And like you said, if you can help them, great. If you
Right.
can't, You'll let him know.
That's the name of the game.
You can trust this guy. All right, we're Girl Talk, and we'll be back with more right here on Channel 57. Welcome back to Girl Talk. As you know, we are at William Thomas Custom Jewelry today, and you may have noticed that Bill Furman, the owner, has got a fresh tan. I am so jealous. He literally just got back from his honeymoon in Bora Bora, and I loved all the pictures you took and you shared with us. And you actually visited a pearl farm while you were there.
I did, and I will tell you that I had what I believed to be true about pearls and how they come about, and it's quite different. It was fascinating.
Wow.
That's saying something coming from a jeweler.
Right.
Right. I mean, you can learn, you can read, you can gather information, but when you're actually there at one of the largest pearl farms in the Tahiti range, it was amazing.
Oh, and just to be able to meet the people, you know, that
Yeah.
are there at that level. Because you don't often get to see that process, but, you know, before it probably comes to you here in Wisconsin.
Right. And they, there's a tour we went on, and it's very quick and short,
Sure.
and they don't show you much. But I talked to the manager as I was leaving
Yeah.
and explained my industry and what I do and the jewelry part of it, and she invited me back for a private 3-hour
Wow.
in-depth tour where that's where I got all the information and all the real
real deal.
The real deal. It was awesome. And we have a relationship started now, so
That's
I will
really
be
cool.
doing some good pearl business with her.
Awesome.
Also very cool that he's outfitted me. Now these are some
Yes.
of the Tahitian pearls that you brought back.
Yes, that's
Beautiful.
a really beautiful piece that I just couldn't pass up. I don't buy a lot of jewelry from the jewelry store, but those they gave me a good deal, and I thought they were just stunning.
And the shape
Yeah.
is so unique.
Yeah, a
We'll have to
little
get a close-up
teardrop.
for you guys. But yeah, it's a different shape than just a circular.
Yeah, a little teardrop
Yeah.
shape.
So the Tahitian pearls are black looking, dark looking.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Tahitian pearls are multicolors, and the black pearl, Tahitian pearl is the same thing, but I would say a majority of the Tahitian pearls, as I learned it, aren't black, they're multicolored. These here in front of us are a range of colors from gray, there's reds, there's peacock, all different colors you can imagine.
It looks lovely, and it's so much more apparent when you have them strung out like that. You can
Yeah.
see the varied colors.
Yeah.
It's
So
gorgeous.
how do the different colors form, since I'm assuming they're all made in similar environments?
Right. They're all in the exact same environment, and it's from the oyster itself, dictates the color, and you
Wow.
can see inside the oyster shell, there's a rainbow around the edge of the shell, and that dictates what color the pearl is going to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
So cool.
I know. So you got a 3-hour behind-the-scenes tour. Tell us what you saw, what you learned. It's an oyster farm, a pearl farm.
It's a pearl farm,
Okay.
and out in this bay, there were a series of buoys, 100 buoys, and beneath the water of all these buoys is hanging all these oysters on these rubber nets, very soft nets, and there's about 1.5 million pearls out there being cultivated. As I was looking at the bay, and it's one of the largest pearl farms there. Was really amazing.
Oh my gosh. And so then how are they extracted, I guess, from the oyster itself?
Right. So they very carefully, because they're very careful to protect the oysters and treat them well.
That's their golden goose.
Yeah, right, exactly. They just open up slightly, they bring the pearl out, put back in another nucleus, and back in the water for 18 months. And they live the same life, the oyster does, that they would in any environment.
Right.
They're in the water, just sitting, doing what they do.
Maybe even better, they're probably kept
Protected.
really safe.
Yeah, they are safe.
Wow. And I want to know some of the interesting details. A lot of this is interesting. I didn't know, I guess, the amount of effort and time that goes into creating pearls. You said 18 months?
18 months is the process to surround the nucleus, the bead that's implanted in the oyster.
That's amazing.
18 months is about what it takes.
And it can take up to 3 years, I read, for an oyster to produce a single pearl?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
depends on the oyster. I mean, do
Right.
they open them and go, oh, not ready, put them back in for another 20 minutes?
Yeah. That's a question I didn't ask. They know. This is a science, and it
Yeah.
seems it's very basic and very raw. It's if you saw the pictures, it's not a fancy environment.
Yeah.
But they know. I said, how do you know when they're ready?
Especially
you have
with so many.
a million and a half out there. I said, there's all these buoys. I mean, how do you know? They said, we know.
Oh my gosh.
And they do know. And I asked about theft.
Sure.
I said, couldn't someone come along at night and
That's
just
what I
clip, 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 clip?
Yeah.
And she said, number one, there's only like 5,000 people in the area,
Okay.
and they're all like family. The Polynesian are all like family. They look out for everyone. And they said, believe me, she goes, if anyone is on the water 24/7, I know about
Somebody's
it.
gonna
Someone's
know.
going to tell me that someone's out there,
Right.
and it just doesn't happen.
Bill, we have just under a minute left. Is there a little more show and tell that you have for us here?
Well, these pearls here.
Those are bracelets?
These are actually not bracelets. These are pearls that I handpicked to make necklaces and jewelry with, and I just had them put on these simple strings just to bring home.
my
But
gosh.
they're darker, colors. It's hard to see probably in the cameras, but you're welcome to stop in and take a look at them anytime at the
Highly
jewelry store.
recommend
Oh my gosh.
These are also Tahitian pearls, but these came from our new pearl farm that we met.
Wow. So
Amazing.
incredible. You never usually get to have that story paired with them.
Right. It was
How
right
amazing.
there.
And those were handpicked by you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Right.
Love it. And you can stop in and see them for yourself. Again, this is Bill Furman with William Thomas Custom Jewelry. Thanks so much for having us today and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm very jealous now. I think I'm going to book my next vacation.
All right.
Congratulations
do
on
it.
your recent marriage.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
so much.
All right.
And thank you to all of our guests today. You can find us next time right here on Girl Talk, only on Wisconsin's 57.
Beauty and styling for Girl Talk provided by the Ultimate Veritas Spa and Salon.